Today I'm taking a short drive and leaving the BBC studios in 2011 far behind. The traffic looks a bit heavy, but where I'm going, we don't need roads. I'm going back to the 80s. I've come to Southwestern House near Southampton Docks. In the future, this place is a block of luxury apartments, but in 1984, it's a TV studio and it's home to BBC South. Originally, this was a grand hotel built for first-class passengers on their way to the great ocean liners. TV came much later, but I'm interested in a programme not made upstairs in the studios, but down here in the cellar. Let's drop in on a 1984 episode where presenter Jenni Murray's meeting a rising star.
Billy Bragg. Billy, I know you don't like to be described as a protest singer, so what are you?
Well, really, I'm only a songwriter, and I try and reflect in my songs what I see around me. And what I try to do in my songs is merely give my perspective of these things and sort of encourage discussion about them, because that is the way I think people's ideas can be changed, and then they themselves do something about changing society.
What happens when that socialist, angry young man becomes a rich young man?
I don't see why it should really change me. I've never been a person who's been motivated by money. If I believe in live music, that's my job. If I earn a lot of money for it, that would just make it possible for me to carry on doing my job on a wider basis.
Just remember, there are two sides to every story.
So let's get the other side of this story right now by heading back to the future. Modern-day Billy's performing in Bournemouth, and we dropped in to show him the video of his younger self.
Two sides to every story.
So do you remember that Billy from 25 years ago?
Well, it's really beautiful. It was amazing to see Jenni Murray as well, looking so young as well. She ended up being my nemesis. She was on the weakest link I was on, and she won it, I'm afraid. I got voted off.
You said fame wasn't going to change you, has it?
Well, of course it has changed me. I own more socks and underpants than I ever owned. But I don't really think what he's saying has really changed much from what I say. Clearly, I'd already sussed that out, that I couldn't change the world, and it's the audience's job. He almost said something there that I often say, which is the real definition of success is to do what you always want to do and get paid for it. And I do that. I'm very fortunate to do that. I moved down to Dorset 10 years ago because I want to live by the ocean. Changed my life completely, and now, you know, I have a different perspective on things, and I think that's a very positive thing to have in this, particularly in my industry, because it's so sort of London-centric. You know, the fame that goes with it is really the icing on the cake. The thing is to be able to get up every morning and think, yeah, I'm in the right place at the right time doing the right thing, and I've been very fortunate to do. I think if we could speak to each other, myself and that young Billy Bragg, he would be absolutely blown away to know that I'm still doing the same job, more or less the same way, one guy with a guitar. And he'd probably tell me to get a shave.